Good evening mga kalaro and welcome to the Council of Titos, the show on the Laro-Laro lang channel where Sportitos talk about a different kind of game. The reality TV game show and social experiment that has run for over 2 decades, Survivor. I'm Chief Bisdak Joel Parcon, and with me as always is Vice Chief Bisdak Chao Atienza. What's up, Chao? How are you doing?
Hi, I have two different shoes.
Ooh,
well, actually, I'm not wearing shoes, but I have two different shoes.
I hope that brings you luck. Hopefully. And we also have with us the man with the thoughts. Let's all welcome the one and only Martin. How are you doing, Marts?
Oh, feeling green as grass because my favorite tribe got another advantage. Or is it a real advantage at all?
Ooh. Let's we will talk about that and many other things for tonight as the council will take a look at episode 3 of Survivor season 44 entitled Sneaky Little Snake. And so without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, guys, your highs for this episode. Anyone can start. Go ahead.
Let's start off with like the easy one. The final immunity challenge puzzle was new-ish, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
quote unquote.
like it's tremendously easy to put together that particular type of puzzle. So like no matter how much you quote unquote prepare for it, like every time it comes out on Survivor, it's going to be like a different sort of, or it's going to be a different puzzle altogether, right? So that's it.
Yeah, so the puzzle. Okay. And I guess that's also one of the reasons why Carson couldn't quite pick it up.
Indeed.
Yes, that was the jump cut. That was my wife getting her book.
Yeah. All right. Anyway,
just like
so
Survivor, we like to show our behind the scenes. There was once a time in Survivor when Jeff would get mad at contestants for bringing up the fact that it's a show, and then now they're starting to go more and more behind the scenes, quote unquote, in a way. They're beginning to show their seams. People can now talk about how they prepared for the challenges and all of that, and that's my first high. The easy one, the final immunity challenge puzzle being new.
Yeah, and probably the reason why Carson couldn't really quite figure it out, despite the fact that he's got a 3D printer at home.
Yeah, like that puzzle is so it's so easy to make, but it's so difficult to figure out. Like if Peridium videos have taught me anything, those are really difficult puzzles to make. And we've been complaining that like survivors can make the puzzles and practice, and it's memorization and not puzzle solving anymore. But like this particular challenge was new. Good.
It's new. Yeah, that's good.
High.
That is so cool.
And
that is also that's actually a really high thing for me as well. What about you, Marts? What high do you have for us?
Well, we have new unlocked advantages, as I mentioned earlier. Well, from the green tribe, apparently they have a new immunity idol. Wink, wink. And in the orange tribe, they too have another immunity idol. Wink, wink. That's not. So I just like how new immunity idols, though they're not real, come into play this episode. Like, how will it mess up the person's plans, the ones who have it or the ones who don't have it? Right?
By new immunity idols, you mean fake, right?
Yeah, fake immunity idols.
Yeah, the fake ones. The fake ones.
Just making sure, because there was a recirculated idol. Just making sure.
Oh, kudos to
the ones who have the
Matthew.
real idol. Yeah.
Kudos to Matthew who actually found the recirculated idol and made his own fake immunity idol, because the fake immunity idol that came with a cage didn't get recirculated. I guess it's still with Brandon. Not sure.
Most likely.
He can probably still make use of that later on if he gets to the purge. Right?
Yeah.
Wait, the
one he got in the first episode.
Right? Because he was the one who opened the cage. So he got the real one and the fake one.
Yeah.
But everyone knows about on his tribe knows about the fake one that he has. So if he can get up till the merge or a tribe swap, maybe he can pass it off as a real idol. And gain new power. Yeah. Speaking of the fake hidden immunity idol. I love Danny being sneaky. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
We were talking about it in the chat.
Oh man.
He for me is giving a lot of Tony Vlachos vibes. Right? He's flipping all over the
Okay.
camp. He's he fooled the rest of the tribe by outing Matt and with the key and the
Yeah,
idol.
like,
That was masterful the way
was
that he
hilarious.
did that.
you know, the real immunity idol with Matt. You have
Yeah.
it, don't you? You have it, don't you?
Oh,
No,
What are
but
you
he was
talking
alluding to the key
about?
at that time.
Yeah.
He was alluding to the key at that time that
Yeah.
he said
God.
that. But yeah, I'm loving Danny more and more from a forgotten player along with Josh.
Yeah.
He is now becoming more and more a favorite of mine. Although he's not my winner pick.
Okay.
Danny.
That-
But
Yeah.
talking about like fake idols, and something that I really like is the contrast between the two different types
Yeah.
of fake idol that we have
Mhm.
in currently in play. The fake idol given by production, and the created idol that Matthew played,
Sorry, Matthew did. Yeah.
or not Matthew played, that Matthew made
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
gave to
Jamie.
Jamie, right?
Yeah.
Like there's another point of contrast, because like something that we had, or something that I had as one of my highs in the first couple of episodes, was the show showing us like the contrast between the different ways in which the idol birdcage thing played out.
Mhm.
Like now they're showing us another contrast between two different types of fake idol play.
Yeah.
And that's just throwing like a wrench in the whole thing. But something that I wanted to ask you guys, what are your thoughts on production giving fake idols?
Martz, go ahead.
Well, I like how it gives a twist to the game. Though it will make me feel bad if it's like my favorite guy or gal who has the fake idol and they are so convinced, oh my god, I have the real idol, I'm invincible, and then wow, he's gone or she's gone. See, that's the problem there. But hey, I like this angle. This is actually how it muddies the game. It's like you think you're secured until you find out it's fake.
Well, you don't have to worry because your favorite gal has a real idol and a fake idol as well.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yay.
Go Carolyn.
Go Carolyn.
Yeah, like that's something that I was like thinking about, right? It's sort of veering towards, as our heroes from the starters put it, it's veering towards like Shillelagh of Time territory, where you're given the official paperwork, you're given an implement that was created by production, putting them together and saying that this is a fake idol, even though there is nothing on there that indicates that it's a fake idol, or that could potentially indicate that it's a fake idol. Right, so it's another quote unquote lie by production saying like you're safe. Oh no, you're not. Right, so I don't know. It's one of the
yeah. It's sort of like
points.
Production putting an item into the game that gives them Production sort of a say of how the game is going to get played.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're introducing the fake idol as something that they made. But I'm okay with it. I think it's a nice new thing. For to like what Martin said, it makes the game muddy because we're talking about super fans already playing this game, right? So put stuff that they've never seen before, that has never been done by Production before. It's not the rehash of something from before, like the Shillelagh of Time or whatever. And I like the fact that they are introducing new things into the game. Not just this, the inheritance advantage, even the banker vote advantage. Those are
exactly
all of the. I think that this is Survivor itself finally figuring out that they are now playing. They've now been casting super fans, so they need to come up with new things to challenge these super fans. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with production introduced fake idols. Although I will have to say that I give Matthew more credit for making his own fake idol
Yeah,
rather than
definitely.
using something that was given by production.
And there are, like, unlike the Shillelagh of Time, there are ways down the road that Matt from Green Tribe can figure out that it's a fake idol.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, if he holds on to it until the merge and like it comes out that production has been planting fake idols, then he starts to question whether or not this is a real or a fake idol, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm sure Jamie can have the same thing happen to her because she's just absolutely paranoid. But the one of yeah. So it should be, or it's better. It's better than that hourglass, because the hourglass was, here it is, no it's not, and there was no way for the player to find out that it was fake.
Yeah. Although Jamie is gonna have a bit of a harder time because her idol does not look like any of the idols from the other camps. Right?
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
that's how
That's true.
Matt Blankenship would be able to verify whether his idol is a fake or if it's real. Because if he figures out that the fake idols on their camp is similar to a real idol in another camp, right? That's how he can verify it. But Jamie, her idol does not look like any of the other idols, so the uniqueness of it might bring her to think that what she has is a real idol.
And that is why Matthew is probably the best player right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, and yeah, I'll just go ahead and focus on that on Matthew. For me, we talked about this in chat, especially us, Jao, because we're both also watching Australian Survivor. He, for me, has the makings of a King George in Survivor 44, because
Yeah.
the way that he manipulated Jamie into
Oh my
finding
god.
that fake idol and then making that the centerpiece of solidifying their alliance. That was so King George, right?
Absolutely no mercy.
Yeah,
And
that was so cool. That for me, that was so cool.
it was so good.
Yeah, that's why
Simon,
for
so
me
sad.
he is coming out as like one of the dark horses of this game, especially since he injured his shoulder early
Yeah.
in the game, right? With that
Yeah.
stupid fall.
Yeah, that was dumb, man.
Yeah.
There was something in one of the immunity challenges that like it was just like inserted in there where it was a shot of Danny going like, my arm, or
Yeah.
rather
No,
Matthew going,
Matthew.
my arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
My
Matthew,
shoulder,
my shoulder,
guys.
whatever it was.
And I
And
think that it actually did get dislocated again because I
yeah,
Oh
think I
yeah.
saw that it was a little depressed, right?
and,
From his shoulder. His arm was
and
down.
is that something else that Survivor is like planting, right? Or the editors are planting. We'll talk about this later on when we, talk about the elimination this episode, but like a lot of it was planted fairly early on,
Mm-hmm.
um, you know, by like Jeff during the challenges and all of that. But that's, you know, talking about Matthew. Yes, I wonder if it's going to pay, if it's setting up some sort of payoff somewhere down the road.
Somewhere down the road. Maybe either he gets finally medevac or he rises from being injured and takes it all the way to the end. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Any other highs?
I'm all out, man. How about you
Wow,
guys?
just like
Really?
one. Okay.
All right.
What about you, Joe?
I like the tribal.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's better than last season. It's a little bit more.
Oh,
There's a little bit more substance to it.
is it because Jeff doing the?
Nah, I don't think that we like that. I didn't like it.
That was random. Like, what the hell did you just do, Jeff?
The tribals this season so far have been like better than last season, but then that's a pretty low bar, right?
Yeah,
like they're a bit more. They feel a bit more substantial. So
and because they don't beat around the bush. They don't like last season. It was like everyone didn't want to reveal too much or anything at all. And Jeff was having such a hard time squeezing out any kind of information from the tribe. But here, I mean, you've got Claire going face to face with Heidi, asking basically if she's gonna vote for her.
Yeah, right. So it's like it's more interesting than last season, because last season just felt like a wet sock. Like all of the tribals were like I said, right? Like tribals used to be like bathroom break time, so which is kind of sad, right? Which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. What about you, Joe? Any more?
Oh yeah, I will be the guy because I'm the one with the sword. I'm the among the three of us. I think I'm the D&D dude. Yeah, Ratu. Kane, especially.
Kane, man. Sir Kane.
The D&D dude. Yeah. Sir Kane. He has been knighted.
Sir Kane.
Although I don't know if that he has been knighted because he was only tapped on one shoulder. Don't you like have to be tapped on both shoulders to be knighted?
You have to. You have to.
It was like, didn't he get tapped on both shoulders? Like he was staying there for an awkwardly long time. Yeah. What felt like an awkwardly long time.
The guy was I love the fact that he's a D&D geek.
And I suppose this is worth mentioning as well. He sang "Oh Canada."
Oh Canada, yeah.
I heard what the heck?
With playing up the Canada connection.
But the thing that was interesting about it was, have you guys seen Joey Ayala's video about the Philippine national anthem?
Yeah, no, how that syncopation isn't right.
Yeah, like how hindi tayo makamarcha na tao, so we have to be like a kundiman or whatever. And one of the things Joey Ayala took issue with was the line "ang mamatay lang dahil sa'yo," right? And he advocated that we change it to "ang magmahal," something like that, right? Apparently there is something similar to that in Canada, where there is a movement, or there are moves, I don't know, to change our what was it, to change the line "native land" to "sacred land."
Oh,
yeah, because it's like, "Oh Canada, our home and native land." There are moves to change that to "home and sacred land."
Why?
Oh, why?
Because they aren't originally, because Canada as it is today isn't originally from North America, right? Like these are British people, French people that came in and displaced the actual natives of the land.
Yeah.
So there are some moves, I guess, So I suppose it would be the equivalent of somebody going on an international show, singing the Philippine national anthem and changing the last line to the line proposed by Joey Ayala. Just for context.
That person will get the National Historical Commission will run after that person.
So it's one of those things. It's one of those things.
I think the bigger and the more important question here is, which version did Kane sing?
Yeah,
the wrong one, or the unofficial one.
Oh, nice.
I didn't know that.
He did the equivalent of singing ang magmahal ng dahil sa'yo or whatever.
Oh, nice. Okay,
and
so
I'm pretty sure it annoyed a bunch of Canadians.
Oh no!
I think that some of the no buffs dudes pointed that out. I remember them pointing out that, because two of them at least are Canadian. Yeah. So I think it was Skeets who said that he butchered the anthem or something.
Interesting to say he butchered the anthem, but I would, but then I'm pretty sure like a certain subset of Canadians would be like, yeah, man, that's the more quote unquote historically accurate version or whatever. you know. So it's, again, just as a Filipino podcast, I just wanted to put that out there as context for at least how I understand what Kane did in that moment.
Yeah.
You know, he got it quote unquote wrong, but it is a wrong that a certain group of people feel it ought to be.
Yeah. Yeah. So kudos to Kane.
Who are we to complain about it? The dude was knighted by Jeff Probst.
Yes.
Yes.
Half knighted though.
He is now a knight. He is now a knight of the Order of the Flame.
Oh no.
Right.
Knight of the new
Knight
era.
of the Order of the Gargoyle. I don't know.
Gargoyle. Who did the gargoyle pose as well?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And I forgot to point this out while we were talking about Matthew. Yeah. I love the transition, the seemingly seamless transition of editing from earthworms to Matthew's sneakiness.
Oh yeah,
they were eating earthworms, and then all of a sudden it was like, okay, this is how I'm gonna get Jamie to find the fake immunity idol. I think that's mud. That looks like mud to me.
Right? Yeah. Matthew is the snake.
Yeah,
sneaky snake.
So cool. That was so cool. Yeah.
Oh god, that was fun though. Right?
Well, any other highs for you, Joe?
What are my other highs? Again, I like their storytelling. Having a lot of, I like dramatic irony, right? It makes us feel things. So, you know, I feel for Matt, I feel for Jamie, because like we know that this could go very like potentially wrong for them. But you see the you see the optimism, the you know, the sparkle in Matt's eye when he says that he found the idol, and you know, it's part of his survivor, it's probably part of his survivor bucket list, whatever. And like knowing that it's going to be soul crushing if he plays it at tribal and he gets that this is not an immunity idol, and then he goes home and you know,
and they don't go on that road trip.
And they don't go on that road trip. I was talking about this with Martin yesterday. It looks like Matt is more into Franny than Franny is into Matt.
Yeah. And like, when you think about it, Zhao, that's like two potential disasters to happen for Matt.
What are those?
Like, he's gonna get millhoused one way or the other. So it's either he loses the girl votes her out, or he realizes that's a fake idol. You know, for those who don't get the context, Milhouse is like this geeky character from the popular sitcom animation called The Simpsons. Cartoons, The Simpsons. And he's always like this guy that gets unlucky. Not like Kenny unlucky that he dies every other episode, but he just gets unlucky. Like he gets unlucky with his adventures with Bart, or he gets unlucky with love with Lisa. So, yikes. I mean, there was this one part, right? Like, Milhouse gives a note that was from Lisa to Nelson, the big bully guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then he opens that. And then Nelson reads, "Guess who likes you?" And then he looks back at Milhouse. And Milhouse is like doing the eyebrow thing, and he gets beaten up. So, like, there's a potential here that he gets millhoused. Unless, as you guys mentioned a few minutes ago, he'll realize something. Hold on. What I get here is, it may be a fake idol. Holy smokes. If he realizes it soon.
Yeah, well, he and Franny weren't able to figure out the puzzle. I don't know if he's going to figure out that what he's got is a fake idol.
Yeah, so I don't. It looks like he's going to be more Charlie Brown than Owen Knight.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah. Oh my gosh! And
we have another Charlie Brown.
They're the same stereotype,
Oh, no.
and they're gonna get Charlie Brown.
Oh no!
So you know, oh my god! You know, they showed us so far they've shown us 3 like footballs being pulled away, right? Like one, he got broken up with.
Mm-hmm.
Second, he lost his dog.
They
And
took
third,
his
he got a
dog.
fake idol, right? So that's like 3 football poles for
Yeah.
our intrepid hero.
Dude, add to the fact that he doesn't have a vote again. Right?
Oh
He won't
yeah.
have a vote for the next tribal as well. So
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
he
So
is so much more a Charlie Brown than,
Then
than Owen
Owen.
was in last season. Oh my gosh.
so sad.
Well, let's hope that, well, given that, let's hope that he wins the girl in the end. Right?
Yeah,
That he
let's
gets
hope.
with Franny to a certain degree, right? Why, you're not rooting for Franny and Matt?
Martin isn't a fan of Franny and Matt.
Why not?
Specifically, I don't think I'm personally I'm not a fan of showmances. I find them kind of cringe because I had to deal with 12th graders and all of their romances, and it's something that I've always like found repulsive.
For me, it's not that I don't think he's gonna get the girl. It's just that on his streak right now, I'm pretty sure I'd rather have him not get effed over with the fake idol first before getting the girl. I mean, let's put it one at a time because we can't put the horse where there's no carriage, or the horse might kick him.
I don't get the metaphor.
In other words, let's not get ahead of ourselves that he wins the girl, because right now, let's focus on him not losing so badly with this advantage.
Well, he can still lose badly, but he can lose badly, but still have Franny.
Yeah, but that's gonna be like not in the next few episodes, if that's what you mean.
We'll see the exit interview.
Yeah. We'll find out if or when he gets an exit interview. Who knows? He might win it all.
I hope so. It's like he becomes Boston Rob, right? He wins. He marries and gets the money eventually.
We're not talking about Boston Rob. They're just a cute couple. Come on. Can't you just root for a cute couple?
Nah. Anyway,
I am rooting for them. It's just kind of cringe. But I suppose like it would be like there was the potential of not really the potential, but the tease of a Zach and Marianne sort of thing that would have happened outside of the show last year. Last year, right? Because like Marianne had a bit of a crush on
Zach.
on Zach, right?
Yeah.
So like,
but
if that had worked out, Zach being the second boot, and if it had worked out, it would still have been a feel good story. So assuming that Matt crashes and burns, but he eventually gets together with Franny, that's going to be a feel good story, if not on the edited show.
Yes.
But like as my theory goes, everything in and around Survivor is canon to the show. So if they get together outside of the show, that's still part of quote unquote Survivor, right?
Okay,
so like I try not to, or I'm trying to look at it not as just being limited to what we see on TV.
Okay.
That's how I'm trying to approach Survivor now.
Yeah, you're the guy who does that among the three of us.
Yeah. So this is just my little bit of pushback on Martin's point.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah,
fair.
I will root for them until it becomes definitive that they're not together.
Until the divorce papers are signed.
Scientifically proven.
Yes. So yeah, and I love we've got, oh my gosh, is this gonna be a new casting stereotype for Survivor?
I know that my little brother
Asian
is
dude with eyeglasses who gets Charlie Brown.
Oh, I hope not.
I thought you were gonna ask
about,
that's
like,
so mad. That's so bad.
Yeah.
That's so mean. Please don't. Please don't.
That's always kind of been the problem of the portrayal of Asians on in
Western
media,
TV.
Right? Yeah. Like they've always been objects of ridicule or villains. So
Yeah. Oh, hopefully Blanky can pull it off. Rooting for you, Blanky. You're not my winner pick, but yes, rooting for you. And Franny. Right.
Yeah.
Any other highs for you, Joe?
Just an interesting thing that is neither a high nor a low. It's just an interesting thing that I noticed, um, because I was listening to the podcasts of Rob Sesternino. They noticed a new Jeffism. Sorry
Okay.
for you. Right? Like apparently that's new Jeffism. Sorry for you.
Whoa.
Um,
Sorry for.
right? Like after the tribe loses, after they lose.
When he gets the flint.
When he gets the flint, he says sorry for you. Apparently that was like apparently that's a new Jeffism, just like come on in and and fire is your life, blah blah. Apparently they're sticking to the sorry for you thing. And I know that production is like super serious about this because they punched it in after Sokka's immunity loss.
Ooh.
It was like, dialogue, cut, sorry for you, said off screen. So it was probably like 80 yard.
80 yard, yeah.
Yeah, it was probably 80 yard. And then it goes back to like, you have to pass me your flint or whatever. So we know that they're committed to this sorry for you thing, because even if Jeff didn't say it on set that day, or they weren't able to get a good shot of Jeff saying sorry for you, they punched it in post.
So are they going to start the campaign #sorry for you?
Sorry for you.
I know that Rob Sesternino has shirts that say sorry for you now.
Oh, really? Wow.
Wow.
Good on Rob Sesternino for
that's veteran skills.
Yeah.
For podcaster.
So I was it was because of Rob's podcast that I noticed that, dude, that was like 80 yard in. Sorry for, so if you watch the episode again, like right after Sokka loses their immunity and he takes their flint, it's subtle but it's there. Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Let's try and observe. I will now be a little bit more observant about that, about whether or not it gets punched in or ADR'd in more and more, or if they really focus on it, if or when they get Jeff saying it on camera. All right. So, are there any highs? Any other highs for you, Joe?
No.
No. Okay. So I guess that's just the right spot for us to segue over from a point that was neither a high nor a low. Now we go to the lows. Let me start this off with, well, I think I already mentioned her as not being one of my favorite characters from last episode. Claire, I mean, just
okay.
Claire.
Yeah.
Sitting out three challenges. I mean, and it would have been okay, and I would have believed her saying that it was a tribe consensus a little bit more if she didn't declare herself the chief laziness czar.
Exactly. And I think this is not just the low for Claire, it's a low for the game itself for allowing this kind of rule. Wasn't there a rule that you can't set out on twice, like on 2 successive challenges?
Yeah, what happened to that? Used to be a rule, but I think with the shorter time span, and I don't know where I got this. I think it was from No Buffs, either No Buffs or Rad. You can validate this, Joe. Where because of the shorter time, they have to merge the reward and immunity challenges, and because of that, they now allow for sit outs to be one after the other. I don't know if how that explains it, but yeah, they now allow that.
That's just bad reasoning.
Well, the way that the way I think that Jeff talked about it was it is 2 in a row in the same episode.
Yeah.
So
that's if it's separate. If the reward and the immunity are separate, so you can't sit out in basically in the same day, right? Because or something, I don't know.
Yes, that's the idea. Like a reward and an immunity challenge that happen one after the other in the same episode. They're not allowed to sit those out 2 in a row. And if there were some challenges that weren't shown on air, right? Because we do know that those happen. Like they do have reward challenges that they don't televise. It is perfectly conceivable that she didn't sit those out, although I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, based on what I've seen from exit interviews and other videos, it seems that so far there have only been 4 challenges.
Yeah,
the 3 that she sat out, and the first one where they lost Bruce, the Purple Tribe lost Bruce.
Yeah, right. So that's a thing, apparently.
Yeah.
For me, my low is well, most of them are game related. The serious ones are game related. The 3 tribes.
When are we never
format.
Serious?
Well, all right, fine. A serious low, not enough Carolyn, not enough Jam Jam.
Exactly.
Although Jam Jam did highlight himself by doing his own play-by-play. I love that.
Oh wait, yeah, there. That was
Jam Jam carrying a box all by himself.
That was a high. I forgot to write that down.
I concur.
I forgot to write that down. But yeah, the 3 tribes of 6 format with a puzzle that really isn't a puzzle at the end. Like it's a puzzle, yeah, but it's still it's still balanced for tribe strength. Right? If they make the final puzzle, a puzzle, then like not as physical, or something that is not perceived to be physical, or they just somehow drill it into people that like tribe strength isn't necessarily all about having like Thor on your tribe. I think the game would be better for it.
And Claire might not have sat out 3 straight challenges.
Yeah, Claire might not have sat out 3 straight challenges because, as far as I'm concerned, she would have made a very good player in the merge, right? Like you can see a lot of that strategic mind. It's just she wasn't able to make it past the tribe stages of the game because of the way the game is set up.
I see. Yeah, because we did have that. I think that was the first challenge where they had to move those blocks, those huge blocks.
That isn't a puzzle.
Yeah.
That's like
that's a strength challenge.
That's a strength challenge. So
but then again, I mean, she could have played the role that Matt played as a caller.
The caller.
Yeah,
have to sit out.
But she wanted to sit out. But she did say she wanted to sit that out because she wanted to get to talk to Matthew.
What?
Or anyone. She wanted to get to talk with anyone in the bench.
Yeah, strategic play.
She's strategic.
That was one of my highs. That was one of my highs in a previous episode.
Yeah.
When Claire asked about, so did they go to the island? What did they bring back, etc., etc. Right? Like, we were all about that a couple of episodes ago, right? Two episodes ago? We were all about that 2 episodes ago when we were all like, oh my God, it's like Australian Survivor where they hug each other during and they're like, all right, we're sticking with the same vote tonight. Like, it's something that people should do more often.
Yeah.
It's something that people should do
maybe
more often.
now that it has transitioned over to the US Survivor, more and more of them will in succeeding seasons will probably start doing it. Right?
Yeah. I mean, going back to the set out of Claire, Joel, as a basketball fan, is this like the bad side of this kind of Survivor load management?
What load was she managing? She didn't even get any load.
Exactly. She was abusing load management. She wasn't playing. She was
she was tampering as well. She was talking with the enemy. But yeah.
But then the other way that we can look at this is also that like Danny is just really good.
Oh,
because this was Danny's move.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So he took out a strategic threat early in the game
by saying that she isn't pulling her weight in challenges.
Yeah. But I do also get, who was that who said it? I think it was Josh who said it. Like there is a sort of camaraderie that you form, or was that Franny, when you go through all of this hardship together, right? Doing the physical stuff, and then she even pointed out it's just tough to see us coming back to camp all dirty, and then there's Claire, clean as a whistle.
Yeah, it's sort of like in episode 1, I think we mentioned this, that in the Sweat versus Savvy challenge, like
yeah,
you know, there is a much stronger bond between Brandon and Matthew, where Carson was just able to take out Helen really quick.
Yeah. Speaking of Carson and that move from last episode, I don't know. Maybe it's just I really don't quite like. I really didn't quite like Claire. I really don't like Carson.
He is my canonical winner pick. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he's your canonical winner pick. But yeah, I that whole he was the thing, the glow thing, and then trying to play it off cool, and it's just rubbing me the wrong way. He's a kid. I understand he's a kid, and that's probably what part of the reason why I don't like him. And that's part of the reason why that's why part of the reason why I was cheering the fact that he wasn't able to finish that puzzle with Jan Jan.
Is this a like running theme with like teachers, right? We have 2 teachers on this podcast, ladies and gentlemen, and both of them seem to hate young people.
Or maybe it's the fact that we're both Titos, right?
Yeah. We're at that age now, the get off our lawn page, our stage. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Whatever.
But yeah, I didn't quite like Marianne also in the 42. So yeah, she was too bubbly for me. Maybe I am at that get off my lawn stage.
Yeah.
And these young people like shacking up on an island.
But I like Matt and Franny because there's a difference. I think that they're too cute. They're such a wholesome, cute couple for me.
There's enough get off the lawn between the two of us, basically, is what we're saying. Because I didn't dislike Marianne, and Carson by the forces of the universe has become my canonical winner pick. So like between the two of us, there is enough get off my lawn.
Yeah, and Martin rounds it off quite well.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't quite like this 3 tribes of 6 format. It's like the guest that overstayed their welcome.
It's welcome. Yeah, it's been. I actually miss the 2 tribes going to war. Yeah. Not that song, but you know what I mean, right? When 2 tribes go to war.
Yeah.
Go to war.
Should be a song by like Sabaton. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is probably the low for me, right? Like the game incentivizes I'm not necessarily going to say it incentivizes women being voted out, but it leaves the opportunity open for that to be a talking point.
Actually, yeah, because that's what I'm seeing on Survivor Twitter. That is a talking point.
Yeah, but then again, let's say for example, you have Mart, sorry about this, but from Australian Survivor, if you have Liz in US Survivor, I don't think she's gonna get voted out anytime soon. right?
Yeah, that's true.
If you have those kinds of women who can measure up,
yeah,
right,
Challenge
in terms
beast.
of strength. Yeah, challenge
Good
beast as
God.
well in her own right, right?
like
And
Carolyn.
even ah
Carolyn couldn't throw a ring off a pole, dude.
yeah, how is she a challenge beast? Who was that? It was Shawnee. Remember that challenge where they had to balance something in between their legs, their
Oh
feet.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, even Shawnee it could potentially be. I mean, if you look at Shawnee, she's she's thin, really thin, but I mean, she was able to hold her own. So I guess there's a difference in the perception of castaways in U.S. Survivor, but the Australian Survivor women are holding their own against the guys. And that is so
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
But anyway,
there.
going back to the three tribe format.
Yeah, it would be cool. It'd be cool to have you know, another two tribes, or to do like a merge. You know,
Mm,
that would be
Maybe.
or not a merge, a swap rather.
a
A
swap,
swap.
a swap. Maybe hope maybe they're gonna do like a swap to a 9 or no. What? How many are left? So three have been voted. Four are now out. So there's 14 left, right? So maybe they
Oh, wow.
can split into two tribes of 7. I
Yeah,
don't know.
something like that. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's going to be my prediction at the predictions part of our podcast. There's going to be a swap of some kind.
Ooh.
Oh my.
Or maybe I'm just being red herringed by the next time on Survivor.
True.
Oh dear
Yeah.
God, please no.
Oh well. Do you have any other lows, Joe?
Not enough Carolyn. Like
Yeah.
I'm serious about that. Not enough Carolyn. Or maybe it's just sort of the break we need for the haters to realize what they're missing.
Yeah. They're missing out on gold. We got
I'm
some
not
Mama
missing. I
gold.
didn't mind it. I didn't mind it at all.
She has two different shoes.
Different shoes.
Like what? What
We've got
is
two
this?
Carolyn stands here, and then one dude who just can't stand her.
She is the embodiment of, and you know this about me. I love the theater of the absurd, and she's like the living embodiment of like a Eugenia Ionesco play.
It's
I
like you
get it. I
directed
get
a
it.
Eugenia Ionesco play.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
get.
Yes.
It's almost it's almost like I directed a Eugenia Ionesco play. It's almost like our theater mentor was just such a big fan of people like Samuel Beckett and you know the theater of the absurd people. And to my mind, she is just the embodiment of just theater of the absurd, and I for one am totally here for it. It's
Well, I do think that this entire season is going to. If last season was the story of Jesse, I think that this has the shapings of being the story of Carolyn. Because the cold open from the first episode is.
Oh yeah.
And then we had her failing the rooting challenge, and then we had her finding that the key for the idol in the cage. So you're right. Maybe this episode is like a gimme for us haters, for me, for haters like me, to like
It's
get
a
our
rest.
reprieve.
It's a rest.
Yeah, get a reprieve from Carolyn for one episode before she rises back up in all her glory.
Like a gargoyle. Like a gargoyle.
Well, I think that she could pull that off better than Jeff.
Yeah.
By the way, here's a connection that I made that I don't think is going to amount to anything at all, but it's just something that I noticed. There was the poop tooth story, and then we saw Danny eat. Was it Danny or Matthew that
Which
ate the paper from
That's Danny. Idol. Sorry, yeah, that's Danny.
Danny. Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
like, we're talking about foreign substances entering, somebody's digestive system.
So-
we had the story of the poop tooth, and we had Jam talking about pooping in the ocean. Like, maybe we have a scatological theme here.
Oh man. Need to call the scat man.
This is gonna be the poop season. Oh my god! And then we're gonna have another. What's his name? Russell. Another Russell Medivac, where because he can't poop.
Because he can't poop.
Right?
Is that what they're setting up? Like
wait, Russell? Russell got Medivac?
Yeah, there was a Russell. Was it a Russell? What? No.
Who was Medivac?
Was that Bruce?
Bruce,
the original Bruce?
Bruce. Sorry, Bruce.
Yeah.
He's the second Bruce.
So are we setting up like a Danny Medivac because he can't poop or something?
He's gonna be the new meat collector. I'm a meat collector.
I can just imagine. Oh gosh, yeah. Now you're putting images in my head of like the paper
sorry.
coming out when he poops, and then let's say that they have like a communal poop space. So someone finds, what's that? That looks like paper.
Yeah, and it might be Carolyn that does it.
Because she knows how to do it. She got the tooth from the poop.
You know how in Australian Survivor there's like the cookie idol on Survivor 44. We might have the poop idol.
Oh my god! Why? Before this conversation goes to the toilet.
Yeah, seriously, we need.
I'm so sorry.
That's too much for me to digest, Zhao. Okay.
Let's go ahead and move to our predictions. Martz, what prediction do you have?
No one will totally dig out the paper from the poop, Joel. Zhao. Nobody. And I doubt they'll show that on the air.
No, they won't show it, but they'll just like show like Carolyn waving like this thing in front of the camera.
Look what I pulled out.
And you still see some brown streaks and stuff. Oh. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Anyway, what about you, Joe? What's your
a tribe swap or like what's it? One tribe broken up and put into or they mix it up next week.
Like the losing tribe gets drafted.
Yeah, like a redraft or something like that.
Okay, I like that. Like Survivor All Stars. I like that.
I am still hoping for stuff that they did on Survivor Australia, like the tribal turns out to become an individual immunity challenge.
Okay, right? I haven't seen that in a while.
They did it. They did it in Survivor Australia, where they had a tribal, and then all of a sudden, but there's a twist. This is now an individual immunity challenge. Yes, or something like that. I mean, just to shake things up, because they're shaking things up this season with everything else, right? So might as well do stuff like that. Stuff that this current crop of super fans, either like what Martin said, have not seen in a while, or have never experienced, or have never seen.
Has to be something new, man.
Yeah.
What was it? There's a conspiracy theory going around that they were trying to save Nina.
Oh, right? with the exile.
Yeah.
In Survivor Australia, Martin, because the last vote, all of a sudden, the previous vote, all of a sudden, instead of getting eliminated, what they did was the two with the most votes get isolated from the rest of the tribe, instead of sort of like exile, but not quite, because they can still their tribe mates can still visit them
and give them food and stuff.
Give them food and stuff. So they might be trying to set it up for a king versus princess battle in the end.
Yeah, because what's it? One of the people that was the person that was supposed to have been voted out that night was Nina Twine, who's the daughter of
Sandra.
Yeah. So like the conspiracy, one like small conspiracy theory that went around was, when Nina's name was put up on the chopping block, they were like, you know what, let's do this exile thing. Yeah, let's do this new twist in tribal council. That way, like we can keep her for one more episode, you know, or like
so production, go run to the camp and set up an exile area.
yeah. And maybe she can have her new alliance with Jerry. That way, because like they and anyway, we're getting to Australians.
We're getting Titos. Yeah, and I do hope that soon one of the two fake idols gets played. Right?
Yes.
We did see in the next time on Survivor that I don't know which camp was that. Was that the purple camp where the cage had an X in it?
Oh,
yeah. Apparently, it was Carolyn that did that.
Oh, really?
Maybe there's poop in that. No, I hope not. Please no.
But yeah,
it's confirmed that it was Carolyn who did that.
Is it Carolyn? Are you sure?
I don't know. Like I just remember hearing that somewhere, and like I never followed up on it. But one of the podcasts or one of like the articles that I read mentioned that it was Carolyn that put the X on there, and I'm like,
so you dropped the
why would she do that?
What sort of shenanigans?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hijinks. Carolyn hijinks.
Yep.
Carolina Mania running wild.
It's just it's like she's chaotic neutral.
She's a chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's something that
she like chaos cast. It's like
that's something that I wanted to do.
Yeah, we didn't get to do it,
you guys,
pre-season. We didn't get. That's because we didn't get to do a pre-season.
Yeah,
chaotic evil. So for you,
for 45, we're going to do
chaotic evil.
Or we can do that one of these days. But we can do alignment charts.
Yeah,
during the merge, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, we can try and do
get
that.
them all figured out.
Yeah. Like so anyway, then chaotic neutral. So my prediction is it's going to be some sort of shakeup, and nothing scatological, right? Like
thank God, please.
That's not going to be the prediction.
Although by the way that you were pointing it out, it does seem to lead
feasible.
that way.
It's feasible. God,
anyway,
no.
Let's go ahead and
what have I done?
Figure out whose line is it actually. Then the title of the next episode is, it's weird, it's I'm Felicia. So whose line is it actually, guys?
Yan.
Jam, you mean? Jam.
Yeah.
Dude, he's like your favorite dude. Jam. Okay, so we've got one Jam. We've got one Carolyn. I'm actually also going with Carolyn, just because she's Carolyn. She's gonna say it. I'm Felicia by, getting that whole thing wrong. Because the meme is supposed to be by Felicia. You're saying goodbye to Felicia, but so I'm Felicia.
If you're Felicia,
bye. Right? Because she's Carolyn.
I don't know. Jam may have more sass to make it work. We'll see.
No, but he would be the one who would say bye, Felicia. But Carolyn would probably say, "What? I'm Felicia."
And then all of a sudden, it was apparently Matthew. What a swerve!
Or Jamie. The plant lady. Otherwise
apparently,
known in the Philippines as the plantita.
Yeah, plantita and her fake plantito.
Yeah. Who planted a fake idol?
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead to survivors.
Wait. So what are our predictions? I actually want to take them down that way. Next week we can be a little bit more accountable.
Okay.
Zhao. Sorry, Martin. What was your prediction?
Nothing scatological.
Nothing.
I mean, that's pretty obvious.
For me, I say that one of the two fake idols is gonna get played really soon.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Zhao said there's a swap or something.
There's gonna be a shakeup of the makeup of the tribes.
I haven't mentioned mine, so mine would be a bit more grim. No, I said nothing scatological, but that's like in general, right? So, mine's a bit grim. I think someone's gonna get medevac.
Oh.
So you're thinking Matthew's gonna get medevac?
Yeah, which is sucky because all of this momentum going on with him.
Why is he
just
gonna get
one
medevac?
more.
Because he can't poop?
No, hopefully not. Like I said,
paper cut in the large
paper cut. Yeah. Or he slips at another, he seems like the accident prone person. We've had that recently, right? Like in 41, who's that guy? But he never got voted out, medevac. I think it was Ricard's tribe, or was that Ricard when he got hit by the big ass toe? Like, or someone had his finger sliced just recently.
Wasn't it also in this? Wasn't it also in this?
Finger slicing is
no, not
a
finger
Carla
slicing.
thing. Or finger breaking was Carla, right? Like
breaking, but someone had like a like.
I don't remember.
I don't remember that either.
Okay.
So yeah, take note of that. Joe is taking note of it so that we can figure it out.
Possibly a medevac.
Yeah.
In the next episode or two.
Yeah. All right. Signs pointing to Matthew if he.
Oh, I hope he doesn't get
becomes
because he's like he's showing signs of being such a great player.
A good player.
Yeah, he's probably the best of the season so far in terms of like gameplay.
Because he balances it. I mean, Claire, yes, we saw the strategic mind there, but Matthew has been able to balance it. Right? He's got the leadership skills. He's got strategy, and he's got strength, despite the fact that he injured himself on that stupid fall. Yeah, that's the second time I mentioned that. But anyway, yeah, because it was. Nothing is worth no bucket list thing is worth injuring yourself to the point of possibly getting medevac. Okay. Survivors of the week. And let's start off with Castaway of the Week. Who is your Castaway of the Week?
Matthew.
Matthew for you. Nice. Yeah, the way that he was able to King George Jamie, that was pretty good. What about you, Martz? Who do you have?
Well, for me, I am a bit more inclined to say Danny. How he forced it out of Matt. Say, what do you got? Got something there? No. Are you sure? Yeah.
I actually do have Matt. Sorry, Matt. I was gonna say Manny. Danny. Because because of the Vlachos vibes, right? He's got the Vlachos vibes for me, and again from Brooklyn. He's a firefighter this time. And with how he was able to out Matt's quote unquote idol, right? That was such a masterful stroke. Both of them are coming out like really, really strong as masters of the game. But slightly going with Danny on this one, although I do have to give due recognition to Matthew for coming up and crafting his own fake idol.
That was masterful.
For me, that was the thing that tipped it in Matthew's favor.
Yeah. He's a little bit more sneaky. Actually, if I were to base it on my personality, I would have gone with Matthew, but I just love how out there Danny is with how he did it. Okay, let us go with Goat of the Week. What was the L on this week?
Oh, man.
I'm going to have to say Matt.
Yep.
More than Jamie. I'm going to have to say Matt. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's just
he got the fake, because he got a fake idol, but it is a fake idol that is that feels more antagonistic than Jamie.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right? Because Jamie got absolutely cutthroat, but it's like at least it came from like somebody that is supposed to be an ally.
Yeah. Right.
So it wasn't
or something.
Yeah. So ally, so you can say like, oh, that might be a fake idol. Like, there's more of a, if push comes to shove, like, she might be making a really bad decision. It isn't an antagonistic idol. So there, and also, just Matt looked so happy. So
It's a supportive friend. Little does she know.
Yeah. What about you, Marts?
My heart.
Goat of the week. Wow, Matt truly got bullied over there. So yeah, he got pushed around by Danny. But for me, the real goat here would be the tribe itself.
Which tribe?
The Green Tribe.
the Green
because
Tribe.
had Claire not sat herself out, had that rule not been out, I think she would have stayed.
Okay.
Had she was forced to like join them.
Okay.
Not that she's a difference changer or a game changer. I really think they would have still lost. But the discussion would have been more of the, hey, those look like 2 votes, even though we know Matt doesn't have a
you
vote.
Just don't like them.
Right?
Yeah, I see.
There's a gameplay like to that thing. Had she not sat down, she would have done what she should have done. But she didn't. That's why if there's a castaway of the week, there should be like the worst player of this episode, which would have been Claire.
That's the GOAT.
Oh, GOAT. Oh, yay!
Yeah, but like the way I do it is I try to make it not the person that got voted out.
Yeah. Me too.
For me, but
that's how it is every time.
I don't necessarily actually see how Claire getting voted out became a GOAT of the week on the Green Tribe necessarily.
Well, it was on Claire, basically.
It's on Claire.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like she made it.
Fumbled on this.
Well, it was a mixture of Claire and Danny, right? Because
Danny was pushing for her to get voted out because also Claire wasn't participating.
Yeah. Or let's just say that it wasn't even about her participating or not. It just made it an easy
vote,
easy thing to point to.
Yeah.
It became an easy thing to point to.
Because Danny knows that it's easy to go back to hey, they're a couple.
Yeah.
Right. It's easy to go back to that rather than what if for the next challenge, Claire finally applies herself and does something, right? So he had to make use, and this goes back to our previous seasons. They make use of the smallest information and blow it up so that they can take out players that they don't like. Right.
Yeah.
So that's what Danny was doing here. Right.
Yeah,
right
like
now.
Omer.
Yeah, with Omer.
Omer.
So well.
Yeah.
Right?
So Danny was able to like point out, okay, this is the opportune time for me to take out Claire. So let's use that because things might change by the next episode, right? In the next couple of days. But that pairing of Matt and Franny looks so tight that it's easy to point back to that later on. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, for my goat of the week, the big L of this week was that gargoyle post that probes Bulldog.
Take the L, Jeff.
So too silly.
It was so random. Like that was not necessary,
that's
Jeff.
Gargoyle. That's the game.
It's part of the medieval theme.
Yeah.
I'm
just medieval theming.
I'm just wondering who was on his earpiece? Was Tyson Apostle somewhere there in the production camp? Like, yes, Jeff. So in your script, it says you have to pose like a gargoyle right now. There you go.
And
Camera
he held
cut
it for like a couple of
Good
seconds.
job. Good job. Yeah.
He held it for a couple of seconds. That was so weird. That was too silly. I mean, I love the guy. He's doing a really good job, but yeah, that was a little too silly.
No, now that you mentioned it, yeah, I'll change my vote to that. If we can put our votes to that, anyway. Actually, there you
go. Yeah. So anyway, let's
purple.
move on to purple of the week. Who or what is your purple of the week?
I mean, everybody's gonna say Josh, right? Like the person is Josh, so like
Who shows?
Well, he did show up somewhat. He had some screen time this episode. Like he was like pointing out how
He
because
did?
because Matt shared the fact that he had a key with him, so it changes things and all of that.
Yeah, it was Matt. Danny was like in front of Matt and
Josh.
right?
Josh.
Yeah, so Josh did have like a little bit of a part to play, but overall he's still the most purple out of the entire cast. So really, my purple of the week is reward challenges.
Actually, yeah, where are they? Aside
from
with immunity,
they're being fused with immunity challenges.
Yeah, so there, that's my purple of the week. Reward challenges. That way, like they can do the sit out 2 in a row rule thing.
Yeah. What about you, Martz? What's your purple of the week?
Sorry, Josh.
Just Josh.
Josh for you. Okay. All right. So my purple of the week, it's Carson's puzzle skills for a guy who works with NASA.
For a guy that has a 3D printer,
having a 3D printer at home.
It works a 3D printer now.
He should have gotten that right away. He works with NASA.
So the purple of the week is Carson's spool of like plastic for his 3D printer.
So there you have it. That is it for this episode of the Council of Titos. If you liked our video, please hit the like button so we don't get voted off the channel. Also consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon so you'll get notified whenever we come up with new content on the Laro-Laro Lang channel. This channel has other shows on it focused on sports and other similar things. And for those of you who don't want to have to look at our mugs while we talk Survivor, you can catch us wherever you get your podcasts. Just search for Council of Titos. Anyway, this has been Chief Bisdak Joe Parcon.
I'm Jao, a fan of the Theater of the Absurd.
I am Martin, and Caroline the Mania is running wild.
We hope that you can join us on the council again soon. Until then, stay safe, everyone. The Titos have spoken.
Get off my lawn.